Welcome to Fuse in 5, a mini-series of our Fuse to Finale podcast where we will discuss one know before you go or answer one question each week as we lead up to the NFA Expo in September. These are designed to be used individually or listened to individually, or you can listen to them all in one fell swoop as a guide before you get to Fort Wayne. Let's talk about what you might need in September. Most of our days are filled with seminars, meetings, and the trade show. So what are some good things to bring with you to the convention center for the daytime part of the expo? So we're going to go through a do and a don't bring. Do bring business cards. Those can be hard copies or digital if you have that feature. You can also bring a water bottle, as we will have refillable water stations this year. You're also going to want some sort of note-taking ability for seminars and keynotes, whether that's an iPad, computer, pen and paper, your phone, something that you can jot down some important points of those speakers. You also need your credentials and your phone. We are doing the app again this year, and that has the schedule, all of the speakers, the menu for the week, essentially your expo guide in the palm of your hand. So having your credentials and your charged cell phone are going to be helpful. Okay, so we talked about the do bring. Let's talk about the don't bring. Do not bring any animals to the convention center. The exception would be service animals. Service animals are allowed. Non-service animals are not permitted in the convention center. This one feels obvious, but I have to say it. Weapons, don't bring any weapons into the convention center. Live product, that's a standing rule. We don't accept any live product. And outside food or drink. We have the water bottles. Those are allowed. You can bring an outside water bottle, reusable, whatever, to fill at the water stations, but outside food or drink is not permitted in the convention center. Moving on to our product demonstrations, which happen nightly, here are your do brings for those. You do want to bring your credentials. You do want to bring your parking pass. So when I say credentials, that's your lanyard with your badge and your parking pass. You also want to bring your demo book and pen. When I say demo book, in your bag that you get at registration, there will be a spiral bound book that will have every company that is shooting a demo as well as what they are shooting. So people like to jot notes down or, yes, I like this, no, I didn't love this, thoughts and that kind of thing. So you want to make sure you have your demo book and a pen every night. If you're noise sensitive, you want to make sure that you have earplugs if needed. You also want to make sure that you have your camera, your phone, whatever you would use to record or take photos. The next thing on the do bring list would be a jacket or a blanket or something to stay warm. I would also recommend bringing a camping chair, like a bag chair, whatever you call it. I would maybe throw one or two of those in your car. We will have seating out at Cruise Plaza, but it never hurts to have the chair just in case. When it comes to the demo site, the don't brings are very similar, actually 100% similar as they are to the convention center. So don't bring to the demo site animals, except for service animals, weapons, live product, or outside food and drink. All right, we've talked about what you need for the trade show. We've talked about what you need for the demo site. What else is there? Last year, we had our 90s themed Afterglow, and we are doing that again this year. But instead of a 90s night, we are doing an All-American 250 themed evening. So we are encouraging people to dress up in your red, white, and blue, your American flag, anything that shows that USA spirit. The bolder, the better. We kind of hit on this a little bit, but clothing. Most people dress business casual. Your interpretation of business casual is whatever you are comfortable in. Obviously, a lot of people do incorporate their company apparel. If you purchased an NFA 250 collab shirt this year, we encourage you to wear that at one point during the comfortable shoes between the trade show, the demos, walking around Fort Wayne, whatever it might be, you would definitely need comfortable shoes. And then light layers. So like we talked about Indiana weather, you never really know what you're going to get. So being able to take off layers, add layers, it's always a good idea to have an extra layer just in case. All right, here is a pro tip to wrap us up. I cannot stress this enough. Always, always, always have your credentials. When I say credentials, lanyard, badge, parking pass. You get that parking pass at registration. Next time you go out to your car, or right then if you're parked decently close, hang it right in your rearview mirror. We use our credentials as our identifier to be able to attend our NFA events. The NFA Expo is a members-only experience. So you have to be a member to be able to come to the expo and do all the things that we are offering. So that credential is crucial. Thank you so much for joining me for the first Fuse in 5. We will be back next week to discuss another short know before you go topic. In the meantime, you can head over to nationalfireworks.com, check out the Expo tab. It's got schedules, it's got guides, it's got information, it's all the things. And make sure you're tuning in each week for our Fuse to Finale podcast episode. We look forward to seeing you in September in Fort Wayne, Indiana.